festivals in the world. I don't mean it's the greatest show on earth kind of a way, but for all these many years, it's provided a platform to people whose thinking, whose ideas, the conversation it generates, the new voices one hears is very important. So it's very democratic in that we have young authors along with stalwarts. We have Nobel Prize winners sometimes, Booker Award winning authors, along with debut authors. We have conversations that are not always politically correct, which is the whole point of a platform like a literature festival, because those spaces, we don't want them to shrink any more than they have already shrunk. A platform which is free, which provokes comment, dissent, and much more.
Okay. We're just going to open the floor for maybe a question and answer round. So before asking the question, I would request you all to raise your hand, state your name and your publication. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
I'm from Exposed now. Ma'am, you have chosen the topic on which generally people are not comfortable to talk about in front of everyone. Can you come here? Slightly this side. You need to please why you have been choosing this topic and what made influence you that yes, we should talk about this.
Well, it's a topic that in 2026 is more relevant, more important than ever before. There should be no taboos around this topic because intimacy is not something that is new to mankind. It is, in fact, at the very core of our being. We want to establish relationships of trust, of beauty, of pleasure. And the idea that society expects, particularly women, to sweep such an important topic under the carpet and not have conversations around it. I think it's about time we began these conversations, particularly for the young generation, because they have, in a way, lost touch with what it means to be in a relationship that has meaning, that has trust, and that has a lot of poetry and tenderness. And as one grows older, you tend to value it more and more. But for me, it's been really a lifelong search, perhaps for answers that I didn't have when I was 20 or 30. And there was no one at that time to raise topics of this kind. They were considered too threatening to society. But in today's day and age, it's about time we tabled these conversations more to help the young understand what relationships mean, what being in touch with your sensual self also means, and to take away the shame and the taboo from that word itself.
Next question, please.
Hi ma'am, good afternoon. I'm Sneha from Music Team. So my question to you is, do you think shame around women's desires has completely disappeared or it has simply changed its language?
But shame is something, especially in a patriarchal society, and particularly where women are concerned from a very young age. They are made to feel extremely self-conscious about their physical selves. Even a little girl is taught the meaning of the word shame. So we put those ideas into very young, innocent minds, and you grow up with those feelings of being ashamed of whatever your fantasies may be. Even your thoughts are not left without censorship. So it's I feel it's a pity, because in a country like India, we have a very rich and glorious tradition of our sensuality, whether it's in everyday matters, whether it's the way we dress, it's our colors, it's our spices, it's the sari is by far the most sensuous garment ever created. No designer can compete with the imagination that goes into draping that sari. Each woman drapes it her own way. So it's all of it. It's our food. It's even our cultural differences, which we have learned to recognize and respect. But for a long time, we were too inhibited to question any of this, even for ourselves, and society did not encourage any conversations around it. So I felt it was time that a book like this, which does raise some very bold but extremely relevant questions about how women in particular, women at different stages in their lives, what they feel about relationships, about love, about trust, about romance, and about desire.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.